Hello, this is another letter to Governor Kasich. Governor Kasich, I have previously written concerning marijuana reform. I have further identified that I believe marijuana prohibition and the enforcement of such laws constitute possible constitutional violations. I have received some limited response, but I am concerned that no affirmative steps have been taken to discontinue the enforcement of laws in violation of the Ohio Constitution or the U.S. Constitution. With specificity, I believe that the state police and local police in the state continue to enforce marijuana laws against the citizenry. This practice is likely to be unconstitutional for the following reasons. 1. There is scientific evidence of medical use without an available medical marijuana defense in the courts. Citizens are required to live without necessary access to medicine or face criminal penalties. 2. There is available policing data that shows the illegality of marijuana as the primary factor in any societal harm created by marijuana. Namely, marijuana is available to use because it is unregulated. Marijuana is not associated with causing violence, and not a single overdose can be caused by smoking marijuana is known. As such, disparate effect (minorities and poor charged at higher rates) is constitutionally suspect because of rational basis or possibly higher level required scrutiny. 3. The President of the United States has made statements in the public view that likely undermine the notice requirements of enforcement, to wit, an implication that marijuana is safer than alcohol. While you do not write the laws, you do have a duty to enforce laws in a constitutional manner, have pardon power, and further, can allocate resources as you see fit. All the best, Bryce Keller, Attorney at Law. Okay, so the importance of this letter, and I'd like to explain it to you, to the public, is that let's go one by one. I had previously contacted the governor's office and informed them that I believe that the laws are unconstitutional, and encouraged them to look into those laws. I don't know that I necessarily expected the Republican governor in our state to make go on TV and say, "Oh, I found out that it's unconstitutional. We're going to stop now." However, it is important to make a record of putting the governor's office on notice of what is actually going on. So I'm going to create a series of letters to do that. The governor clearly has the power to have the police stop enforcing laws that are unconstitutional. Every person in the United States has an implicit right to their health. Okay, and that, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, all that kind of stuff. And implicit in that is the ability to, get appropriate health care. So point one is that there's scientific evidence of medicinal benefits for marijuana, and in Ohio currently that is prevented, and as such that would be could be a constitutional violation. Isn't likely to be later considered to be a constitutional violation. Policing data. 2. Policing data and the illegality of marijuana. One of the things that I wanted to point out in point 2 here, and these are just short one-page letters, okay, in point 2, was that the illegality of marijuana is the primary factor in any societal harm caused by marijuana. And what that means is basically it's just it is a crime because it's called a crime. It's alcohol is not a crime because we don't call it a crime, and marijuana is a crime because we call it a crime. And that means that people that deal with marijuana are criminals, and then it just becomes criminal behavior, and then it's encouraged, and the more criminal you are, the more money you make, and then the more likely that unscrupulous individuals are engaged in that enterprise, and then it means that access to youth is increased because it's from an unregulated market. A drug dealer, so to speak, has no incentive to not sell to a minor, so why would they? Why would they decline? And also, marijuana is not associated with violence. Alcohol is lots of violence in our community is attributable to alcohol, and marijuana just doesn't contribute to violence. Then the other thing is that while alcohol and tobacco kills large percentages of our population every year, there's no known case of marijuana overdose caused by smoking marijuana. So these are big issues. The other one, the third one, is a little bit more legal intensive. Is that if a person does not have notice that such a thing is illegal, they can't be prosecuted for such a crime. Now, if it's on the books and it's a law, then you should have notice of that, and ignorance of the law is not a defense or whatever. But when the president, who's the highest, he's the military guy, he's the police guy, he's the head honcho of our entire country, goes and says, I don't think marijuana is more dangerous than alcohol, the implicit thing, and what lots of people, in particular people that are not necessarily that educated, might clearly read that article and have the notice of those laws undermined when the top cop, well, he's not exactly the top cop. Top cop's Eric Holder, the Attorney General. He's like top cop, top military guy. But really, the president has pardon power, so he's kind of over all the police too. So when he says he thinks it's safe, he might be safer than alcohol, then for a lot of the population, it could be and could clearly be a thing. Well, okay, well if the boss doesn't care, then the cops don't care anymore, and I can't get in trouble for it anymore. And that's what the notice requirements for a prosecution mean. So anyway, that's that letter. Thank you.